Here we'll take a look at some of the different ways to make key slots. Key slots actually demonstrate some design methodologies that can be used throughout Catia. Okay, first, let's take a look at our demo model that we have here. We'll notice that there are 2 yellow and 2 green key slots here. Now, the yellows share something in common, and so do the green ones. And what we'll do is let's unhide some of the sketches here that we use to make those key slots. And here you'll see that the yellow key slots were made with sketches that were made from the top surface, and the green ones were made on sketches that were made from these tangency planes that were built offset to be tangent to the cylindrical surface. Okay. Now this yellow key slot here, this rectangular one, is probably the most common, so let's dive into that sketch. By the way, these 2 yellow sketches are different sketches as you saw in the tree. Let's double click on this sketch to go into that sketch, and here you'll see that the usual method for making a key slot is that they're almost always measured as from the tangent point in. You'll see that this one is 20 millimeters in, and of course they're given some kind of a width. One of the tricks we used to make this key slot was we made a rectangle, and I love this option here of the centered rectangle. I do a centered rectangle and make this edge of the centered rectangle tangent to that curve, and then you make another centered rectangle on the inside and put the dimensions on that. There's usually no reason to dimension the rest of the or put more of these rectangles around, because you're going to make a pattern usually for key slots if there's more than one required. Okay, so now let's get out of the sketch, and we'll see that this key slot was made with a pocket going down in the 3rd dimension. The length of the key slot is given by the pocket definition of 100 millimeters. Okay. Now let's take a look at this key slot, the green one, made identical to the yellow one except from a sketch of a different orientation. And this sketch, and let's turn off this sketch in the background so that it doesn't get in the way here. This sketch is made, again, 50 by 100, and the depth going in is in the pocket definition of 20. So these 2 made identically, just with different sketches. I kind of prefer the yellow sketch method for making key slots like this. However, we can't say that always make your sketches on the top, because there are times when we would like a key slot to have a different shape. And in this case, it makes more sense for the key slot to have its sketch. Let me hide this one back here. So here it makes sense to have the key slot profile on the plane that's tangent to the cylindrical surface. That way we can get the arc into the definition. Okay? It saves us some work down the road. There are times also when it's more advantageous to have the top surface, especially in this case where the depth of the key slot is set, and to actually figure out how to make this arc from the other plane would have been all virtually impossible. So this is obviously the better sketch plane to choose for this type of a key slot. So once again, choosing the right sketch plane for your key slots can be critical. And this is true not only for key slots, of course, but for all kinds of other things in Catia as well.